ready.
We are live. You're good to go?
All right. Good morning, everyone. This is the June 8th, 2023 Subdivision Committee meeting. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order at 9 a.m. First, I'd like to note that Mendocino County Subdivision Committee meetings will be conducted in person at 860 North Bush Street, Ukiah, as well as virtual attendance through Zoom. Meetings are live streamed and available for viewing on the Mendocino County YouTube page. Now on to agenda item 1, roll call. I'm Steven Schweitzer, Planning and Building Services.
Kirk Ford, Environmental Health.
Mike Bell, Transportation.
All right, well, thank you for everyone being in attendance here. On to agenda item 2, Subdivision Committee Administration. We have no items, so that moves us on to boundary line adjustments. Item 3A, which is boundary line adjustment case number 2023-0007. The owner is Angela Neuer and the applicant is Charlie Falles. A boundary line adjustment to merge two existing lots, lot 1 being approximately 0.29 acres and lot 2 being 0.21 acres. Will merge to be approximately half an acre in size. Located in the Brook Trails Township, lying on the north side of Sherwood Road, approximately 0.36 miles southeast of its intersection with Poppy Drive, located at 27881 Poppy Drive in Willits. Any comments? Environmental health?
No comment.
Transportation?
No comment.
All right, planning is recommending approval with special condition 7 that reads as follows. A note shall appear on the deed indicating this is a voluntary merger of parcels.
Moved with special conditions. Move to approve with special conditions.
All right, do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. On to agenda item 3B, which is boundary line adjustment, case number 2023-0008. The owner is Robin and Anne Marie Bird. The agent is Jim Ronco Consulting. They're requesting a boundary line adjustment to reconfigure the boundaries between two existing lots. Lot 1 will decrease to 5.3 acres and lot 2 will increase to 3 acres. This is located approximately 4.39 miles west of Philo Community Center, lying on the west side of State Route 128, approximately 2.4 miles southwest of its intersection with Philo Greenwood Road, located at 21601 Philo Greenwood Road. Any comments?
No comment.
Any transportation?
Transportation, no comment.
All right. Planning is recommending standard conditions for this and approval. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Okay.
I second it.
Great. All in favor? Aye. All right, so that moves us on to item 3C. Boundary line adjustment 2023-009. The owner is William and Sarah Lothan. The applicant is Kevin Sylvia. They're requesting a boundary line adjustment to reconfigure the boundaries between two existing lots. Lot 1 will increase to 8 acres and lot 2 will decrease to 1.5 acres. It's located approximately 1.87 miles southeast of Casper Community Center, lying on the east side of State Route 1, approximately 1.3 miles east of its intersection with Casper Little Lake Road, located at 43193 and 43410, 43401 Casper Little Lake Road, Mendocino. Any comments?
Environmental Health has no comments.
And transportation?
Transportation, no comment.
Planning is recommending approval with standard conditions for this.
Move to approve with standard conditions.
I second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Well, that brings us to agenda item 4, minor subdivisions. We have none, so we are moving on to agenda item 5, pre-application conference. Case number 2022-0015. The owner is John D. Krusik, as well as the applicant. The request is a pre-application conference to review and provide feedback regarding a proposed rezone and subdivision of a 2-acre parcel into 2 1-acre parcels. It's located in the coastal zone, approximately 2 miles north of Casper, lying on the east side of Ocean Drive, located at 17403 Ocean Drive in Fort Bragg. And this project planner, TSR, may I have a presentation?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Why don't we take a brief
Okay.
recess, like 5 minutes?
We shall resume probably at 9:11.
Tia, have you heard from John? Muted.
Are we on my item now?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I was told I might be later on in the day, but, okay, I'll take it.
No, we had 3 that went really fast this morning.
There we go. We're alive again.
All right, calling the meeting back to order at 9:12. We are hearing case item pre-application conference 2022-0015. The request is to provide feedback for a proposed rezone and subdivision of a 2-acre parcel into 2 1-acre parcels in the coastal zone, approximately 2 miles north of Casper, lying on the east side of Ocean Drive, located at 17403 Ocean Drive in Fort Bragg. Project planner?
Thank you. Hello, I'm Planner TSR. Today I'm presenting PAC 2022-0015, just as mentioned and discussed in the report. This is a pre-application conference to review and provide feedback regarding a proposed rezoned and subdivision of a 2-acre parcel into 2 1-acre parcels. The site is zoned rural residential 5-acre minimum with a variable density to 2-acre minimum. The proposed size of each 1-acre parcel does not meet the required density of the rural residential 5-acre minimum, with a variable density of 2-acre minimum. With only 2-acre, it would not be possible to divide this parcel under its current zoning. An amendment to the general plan and local coastal program would be required to keep the general plan classification and zoning designation consistent. The local coastal program amendment will be processed after approval of the general plan amendment and rezoned by the Planning Commission, Board of Supervisors, and California Coastal Commission. It's likely that should this application be submitted, the county will need to update its analysis of the local market areas analysis to verify compliance with this section. Please see the attached estimate for the associated fees with this permit, as well as the attached minor subdivision and local coastal program amendment application. It is important to note a coastal development permit is required prior to any development of each subdivided parcel unless found to be otherwise exempt. This concludes my presentation, and I am available to answer questions. Thank you.
So,
And the
John,
applicant is also present.
do you have a copy of the memo that Tia prepared?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
There's so much paperwork going on here. So what are we looking for?
There's a,
Application conference?
the memorandum.
So, yeah, should be a memorandum
I-
that was mailed to you.
Nothing was mailed.
Oh,
This thing got lost at the beginning and back and forth, and finally at the last minute I called in to see if there was even a meeting scheduled. It's not gonna be postponed again. So I don't think I got any written memorandum for this meeting.
oh, I see.
I emailed it to you, sir.
Well, here is a copy. So, this is what Tia was referring
Oh,
to.
yeah.
So this just
Okay.
outlines kind of the fees up there, and then
Right.
this is a little bit more of the analysis on these following pages here.
Okay.
So the biggest issues that Tia was mentioning is, so right now, the zoning prohibits the parcel from being
Right.
split further. So to get it to that higher density, you'd have to do a rezone.
Right,
And that would also require a local coastal program amendment.
yeah.
So that's a pretty complex and long process. We had an estimate on there, I think it was a little bit high. The estimate that I was getting for an LCP amendment and rezone was about 18,500 for the
Mhm.
application. And that would be the first thing that you need to do. That's probably roughly a 2-year process.
Yeah,
Following that, if that were approved, then you could apply for the subdivision. And then the subdivision would have additional conditions, which we were talking about here today. So that's what, and environmental health, I think, had a couple of conditions regarding
Mhm.
water and septic.
Mhm.
And transportation had a condition regarding road improvement.
Mhm.
Did you have any questions about that before we get into those?
No, I guess I need to find out all these things to see if it's a viable or potential go.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So you want to give him Marlena's conditions?
Yeah, and once again, my name is Kirk Ford with Environmental Health, and I'm standing in for Marlena Bourbonnais, or Marlena Dooley. She's the Land Use Program Manager, and she generated these comments, and I'm just going to provide you her comments. She wants to maintain the right to a 15-day notice for any on-site testing that occurs on-site. That's her first condition. The second condition would be that she would want to see both a primary and a replacement leach field for both the new and existing parcel. If the existing leach field is already on the record, then we would just need the new parcel as far as the information, that the design. And that needs to be spec'd for at least a 3-bedroom house size.
Yeah, on the plot plan, I do have 2 permitted septic systems, and one would be on each acre if I get it subdivided. I may have to update the one for the new parcel, but I'm confident, and I'll check with the soils engineer to see if it'll do 3-bedroom.
Yeah, right.
I feel confident it will, but I'll get his primary evaluation.
Yeah, so there needs to be both a primary and
Yes.
a backup or replacement, so we need 2 per parcel.
I understand that. I work in real estate too, and we deal with it all the time.
Okay, all right, good. And then her third condition is about water. She says this lot is in a marginal water designation, and with the proposed lot sizes being under 2 acres, the water requirement would need to have a hydrological study to make sure you have enough water to support those. And it,
Is that, will a well report? work on that?
A hydro study is a little bit more in-depth than a well report. A well report would be just for that particular well, but I think a hydro study would be for the general area. I'm not an expert on the hydro studies, but that's my interpretation of it.
I think it's something like, they do a drawdown of several days maybe and see if it affects the neighboring wells. But I know the area and all the wells there are good,
Okay.
but, okay.
yeah, well, a hydrological study would then essentially have a signed document that would, someone of authority would vouch for the fact that that there is enough water to support those.
Mhm.
So, and Marlena can provide you more comments if you want to get more into the details.
Yeah.
She's just out today, but she can provide those details if you reach out to her and you're looking for specifics.
Yeah.
And if, I'm presuming the water is not served from a district, but if it is, then all
No,
you
it's
need is a
all
limit.
private well.
Yeah, okay. And those are all environmental health conditions.
Okay.
Do you happen to know what the production of the current well is?
I know mine, I haven't drilled well, it was like 3 gallons per minute for the proposed extra lot, and the current is a shallow well, and it's about 1 gallon a minute, but it's got some underground storage. And neighboring wells one is 14 gallons a minute, the one to the east of me is 4 or 5 gallons a minute. There's never been a water shortage. It's 6 developed parcels there now, and they all have wells, and I've developed 5 of them, so I'm kind of familiar with that stuff.
Okay, good.
Any comments from transportation?
Well, you may want to make him a copy. You want to make him
I
a
have
copy
one
in
here,
there?
yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he have one?
He will in a minute. Well, this is actually from the application, so he submitted this.
Okay. Well, from what Alex said, Socorro, I'm standing in for him, John,
Yeah.
okay? Looks like he wants to upgrade the approach to the county road out there.
You mean the entryway off of Ocean Drive?
Yeah,
Correct.
Well,
Yeah.
it needs it.
yeah, he wants to do that. It says the standard A51B, and that includes you're gonna need an encroachment permit. Then you gotta upgrade the thing, and then the entrance there, the access. They want a 22-foot wide with a 12-inch base, 18-foot wide double chip seal. I see you got a 60-foot right-of-way there, easement,
There is, and it's paved.
10 foot of it.
There's an apron, according to county standards, I did there in 1990s, and it may be wide enough, it's a standard approach.
But the road itself, the pavement is only 10 feet wide in there.
After you get in through the apron, it's 10 feet.
Yeah.
10-foot wide paved.
Well, what he's looking for here, all the way down to the intersection, or where it takes off and goes
Yeah,
into your
yeah.
parcels here, he wants it 22-foot wide by 12-inch base in there, 18-foot wide double chip, which is like, I guess you got asphalt in there now, right?
There's 10 foot of
10
asphalt
footer.
and there's at least 18 feet of
Yeah.
rock, beyond that. I mean, at the sides.
So what he wants you to do is he wants you to call him.
Yeah, okay.
That would be the best, and I can give you the phone number, I've got it here.
You have the phone number?
Yeah.
Do you have a card for Alex? I think we have some up front.
No.
Transportation.
Yeah.
What
His
is
name is Alex
Alex?
Sequora. S-E-Q. S-E-Q.
SEQ? That's his last name?
Yeah, Sequora.
Oh, okay.
S-E-Q-U-E-I-R-A.
I-R-A. Securia.
Yeah, Sequora.
Sakura.
Alex Sequora. He's 707-234-2816.
2816?
Yeah, 2816.
Okay. So I can discuss it and tell him what's already there and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause this is his file, so he'll have this one.
He has it, okay.
Yeah. This is what he wrote on there.
Oh,
This is what I told you here, and
All right.
yellowed this stuff here, so.
so basically call him and talk to him about it.
Yeah, yeah. Not today, 'cause he's in some kind of,
He didn't ask for any
Genius
kind of
rule.
extension of the utility easement or anything like that.
didn't say anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a 60-foot roadway utilities with Ocean Drive there, and then,
Yeah. CDF has looked at this in the past and they said that hammerhead turnaround with that 60-foot wide is adequate for them. At that time, they told me that.
I didn't think it would be.
This was part of a previous subdivision, wasn't it?
This is a subdivision that happened in the late 60s, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know the name Kirtland, he subdivided a lot of stuff here and on the coast. But that 60-foot easement was done at that time because all the zoning there was R1. And so as the coastal commission jumped into the act in the early 70s, after I brought the property, I thought of R1, now it's not R1 anymore.
Right.
But the easement, they were thinking of making it a thorough road to Ocean, from Ocean Drive to Highway 1. And that's just virtually financially impossible. It's a 20-foot drop to the highway and all that, so.
What kind of distance between Ocean Drive and Highway 1?
It's, beyond this hammerhead here, it's another 200 or 300 feet over here, Highway 1.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, the parcel beyond me fronts Highway 1, but it's that embankment type thing, and it would not be feasible to put a driveway entrance on Highway 1 to this.
Yeah, no, you don't
Not
want
hard.
to, you wouldn't want to have to go through the state.
Oh, you'd have to be a millionaire to do that, or more.
Okay, did you have any other questions? I don't know that we have a whole bunch else to tell you at this point.
Well, I don't know, the driveway thing looks like it could be expensive, depending on what Alex says. I'm pretty confident of the septic and the water situation and environmental health. It's developed right now, so I don't think there's a problem there, but you never know.
Yeah, so what I would recommend doing is, after you speak with Alex, maybe speak with some contractors and get some job estimates for that apron for the road improvements.
Mhm.
And then maybe speak with somebody that could do that hydro study for you, since it seems like those are gonna be the two big upfront costs
Yeah.
for the subdivision. And that's gonna help you get a better ballpark. Our fees are changing at the end of this month, so beginning next month, we'll be able to give you an updated fee estimate, and so just check back with
Well, you
Tia.
don't really have to do that for me.
Well.
Yeah, I know, it's every time. I tried to get this meeting but October, I think, and it just got shuffled and postponed.
Yeah, I know, it's had some issues.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to have a good talk with Alex then and see what the fees for, or what his requirements are. It doesn't actually show the apron here, but at the time it was done to code then, but who knows what it is now.
Sure.
What about PG&E? Can this development take place if, is that an issue with, or between me and PG&E if they can extend the power?
Yeah, and that's probably not something that we'd be concerned with because there's already a house on the lot, so
Well,
there's
there is,
there's
but,
power there.
It's about 500 foot of underground cable, heavy duty, to the primary lot here, but I'd have to get it extended another 2 or 3, or a couple hundred feet. Then we're talking voltage drop and all that, but I think they have transformers that'll do that if this thing's approved.
Okay,
But that, it's a big cost too, just like driveway work.
yeah, definitely. And that would be something that would come along with the building permit, but you'd have to work that out with PG&E, of course.
Yeah, you consider permits going. I've got a little project going here with a barn now, and I finally, well, the permit is coming, but it's taking a long time. So I want to fix up the old house. It's the original 100-year-old, small little house, and it's kind of cute. And I want to salvage it, And part of my idea too is to provide another lot potential for maybe some affordable housing, and when the property goes to my kids, they might continue something like that.
Yeah.
Might have a place for one of you planners to live on a coast. I'm just being funny here.
We might hold you to that. You need it.
Well, the Department of Caltrans commented on it, and they said this action or development here wouldn't affect their density thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we did, we sent out a referral to the Coastal Commission and to CDFW, and we didn't get any responses back from them.
Yeah.
So that's another kind of X factor that we can't answer today. So that's just something that will have to come along later.
So what do you think, percentage-wise, your fees are gonna increase if I don't make up my mind, or can't make up my mind until after June?
I don't know what planning's fees are. I know environmental health and transportation went up quite a bit because it's been a while since they were raised, so they were trying to make up some distance. I honestly don't know what the new fees are gonna look like. Yeah.
Well, that's where my due diligence comes in.
Well, they ain't gonna come down.
They never come down. It's
Never.
like death
Well,
and taxes.
one of them came down, environmental review came down.
Really?
Yeah.
How much, 10 cents?
$600.
Our food sure went up, almost tripled. I heard a survey.
Yeah, it's been a long time though.
Yeah, Santa Rosa was only like $700 for one.
All right, did you have any other questions, John?
No, just, if these concerns are met, with everyone, do you think I have a chance of getting it?
Yeah. The biggest hurdle, like I said, is gonna be the LCP amendment and the rezone.
Yeah, you have
And
to
so-
rezone it first and apply for the subdivision.
Right. And so that, that's kind of a policy thing, because that's up to the board and the coastal commission. That's something that we can't really, it can be technically correct and still get shot down for policy reasons. So that's the big question mark. Right?
Yeah. And I talked to the neighbors about this, and there's no opposition as far as they're concerned anyway.
Okay.
That I know of, but
Right.
people change their minds sometimes too, so.
Yeah. Well, that's helpful. Yeah, that'll be good
Yeah.
to know.
They kinda like me because I know everything about all their houses that they buy. Well, what can we do here? Well, let's see, but when did I build that? Long time ago. All right, well, it gives me a direction to continue on, and the big one, I think, is the DOT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there is
22 foot.
kind of a large cypress tree right where that apron comes in off of Ocean Drive, and I just hope the apron there, that's wide enough now to do it, but if that involves taking that tree out, there's another $5,000 just to remove a tree.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to know that going into it.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to Tia or any of us. And
Yeah, I met her the other day. She's in the office. I think they're getting tired of me pestering them. She's laughing. Okay.
all right, thank you, John.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, Tia. Did you have any other comments?
I don't. Thank you, John, for being patient.
See you later.
See ya.
All right, I'll take off.
You know how to get
And
out.
go to Home Depot, price check.
Sounds like a good time.
This is the way.
Okay.
Right through that door.
What are you talking, general plan change and all that money-wise?
18,500 is what I
Yeah.
came up with right now.
What's the thing on here for 25,000?
All right, well, that brings us on to agenda item 6, matters from staff. Do we have any matters? There's nothing agendized, but if anyone would like to make a comment, here's the opportunity to do so. Seeing none, that brings us on to agenda item 7, adjournment. We'll adjourn subdivision committee meeting at 9:33.